Oh gosh, I'm so lonely I could cry. This is crazy. These people are so fucking stupid. Yeah, I'm senile. I'm lonely. Here, this is I posted it. They're saying everybody hates me, and I posted something from like my dearest friend in the world at the moment. Um, and, 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 and here's Diesel. I just physically cringed while reading that, and cringed again, realizing Tom actually takes these thoughts and prayers messages to heart. What a lonely, lonely man he is. Tom would actually absolutely neck himself without Facebook. I think it's more like, what a lonely, lonely man you are. You would absolutely neck yourself without Kiwi Farms and another message board, dude. Why I need to cry, laugh my fucking ass off, deranged old man. This is an insane child who says he's going to come here and beat me up. First three are free, dude. I'm not going to swing back. You're going to make a fool out of yourself, is what you're going to do. I had one guy swinging at me. I mean, I've been so totally out of shape. This was like 20 years ago. Fucking dude went off on me. And he's swinging and swinging and swinging. I'm just ducking it and knocking him out of the way and shit. He finally got sick of it and walked off. I don't play the game the same way you do, dude. Most people I know can, like, settle their differences without violence. But this is hilarious, because, like, I talk to this sister several times a week, and we have a big date coming up on the 11th with some other people. And spend my gift certificate at Monterey Court, see some friends of hers. Sibo and Gomez, I think it was. Anyways, people think I'm like going senile. Yeah, I'm getting old and I'm slowing down, but fuck, I'm going to be 67 years old. Both my grandfathers were dead by the time they were my age. And one of my grandmothers was gone. But I still, I mean, in an honest debate setting, I'll fucking dance all over any of them. People like false equivalencies, constant false equivalencies, heaping helpings of ad hominems and tons of red herring and straw men. And then all these weird appeals to authority and what is the one that they really it's something that's not causation. I forget what that one is. It's just all these logical fallacies they throw at you, and totally they hear they think they hear what they're reading. That's really weird. You don't hear a fucking thing, and you can't smell me. And I happen to be pretty clean. You haven't been pretty clean for a while. Yes, my hands are always dirty. My hands are always dirty except when I come right out of the shower. Within 10 minutes, my hands are filthy again. That's just the way my life works. My hands are in dirt, handling rocks. I haven't even been in garbage cans lately. But this is counterculture stuff. Excuse me, I'm not like you. Your world is not my world. I rejected your world. You kicked me out of your world. I didn't even drop out. I got kicked out. Excuse me. I totally got kicked out in 1982. I had tried to go out to the West Coast. I couldn't stand the animal torture at University of Texas. It's just all around in labs. It's just horrible. Just even thinking about it. I'm getting visions of this like lamb that they take a pregnant ewe and they what's the word for it? Catheterize her. That aorta going in there, that artery going into the going from the fetus to whatever the fuck that artery is called, from the fetus to the mother. They catheterize that artery and shoot them all full of iodine, radioactive iodine, and then that shit spreads all over through the baby, and then like. There'd be this cute little lamb in a cage one day, and then there'd be little body parts in jars the next day. They had a rat decapitation and brain surgery assembly line in Dr. Porter's lab. Oh God, that was just awful. Just start out, take a live rat out of the cage, whack, up with his head. Carcass goes one way, into a tray with the head, goes down to the next person who slices open the skull and lays everything open, and then Dr. Porter goes in there and he draws the blood out of the pituitary hypothalamus shunt artery. Now try to picture this in a rat brain that's only about as big as a fucking hazelnut, maybe. And get a needle down in there, getting the blood out. Unfortunately, we didn't do any of that shit in our lab. We just did the blood work. I spun down the samples and then separated them with chromatography, and then I set up the radioimmunoassay and let it sit, and then you put it in the counter. And then you got to do all the calculations, and that's what I did. Lots of ultracentrifuge time. Lots of sitting in front of a bunch of pipettes, watching drops going in the beakers. Test tubes. Racks of test tubes. It must have been 48. I think it was 4, could have been 72. Yeah, I think there were 72 racks. The 6 by 12s. And then you had to get everything, you're using this micro pipetter. And you gotta make sure you get it in every one of them. And that was okay. I could almost have done that for a few more years, but I was just totally surrounded by like all this animal torture. So I bailed out and I went to the West Coast and I tried to get into Scripps and a couple of, I forget where else I applied to marine biology departments and just couldn't get in the front door. I got a job with a place called Pacifica Enterprises in Inglewood, handling inbound saltwater fish. Getting them out of the bag coming in, stabilizing them as best I could, and then packing them back out. That didn't last long. And I ended up on Venice Beach. And that's not a story I'm in the mood to tell you tonight. I just want to laugh at these idiots. So they tell me I take the internet too seriously, and here's somebody who's going to spend hundreds of dollars, travel thousands of miles to come and punch me out for talking shit on the internet. Who's taking the internet too seriously? Well, I don't care, you talk shit. And then it's like, I don't even want to go into the false accusations. There's no point listening to them, because then they just clip it out and make it so, oh, I admitted to it. So, well, no, you're full of shit. It's not real. And what I do admit to is nothing at all like what you're accusing me of being. It's just real. And I have credible people who will vouch for me. Lots of them. Here in town, individuals who will speak up for me, and people on all over the world. that I can get to speak up for me. People who have known me for 30, 40 years. 40, yeah. No, not quite. 35 years. There's one that's coming on 40. You're talking about things from my past that are totally insignificant, and then you're like you're gonna like define me today by these two insignificant things. Doesn't make sense to most people. So anyway, it's all about I'm going to be happy, and my friend today made it very clear that what I do, you know, when I get into this shit with people on the internet, it makes her unhappy, and I realized this about 12 years ago at Thoughts. This is the more I stand and fight with idiots, the more I alienate the people I'm trying to reach. So I'm not going to be posting on those. I'm not even going to be reacting to those people. I'm not going to give them the pleasure of anything but me sitting here reading some of it, very little of it, and let them go on their, you know, projecting denial of their own loneliness, their own attention-starved selves. I can entertain myself. I'm surrounded by things I enjoy. You know, let me play a little bit for you. Actually, that's what I was going to do. It's like do the Hippy Weatherman and news thing earlier. So let's get just back up to where I wanted to do it. Let's get rid of the browser. Give you a little recorder, maybe some keyboard. Oh, there we go. So, one thing I'm working on, a very serious broadcast, is I was requested to do something about the history of the Jewish people and some of the more some of the lesser known things about them. I'll brush up on the medieval sages and the Hasidic masters of the 17th, 18th century, 19th centuries. You know, I'll get some good material together. We'll talk about Jewish mysticism, about some Told stories, some of that. That's what else. I had a request for Sabotage Shvi, and you know, my take on the Zionist project in occupied Palestine is ongoing. There was, you know, huge controversy over the evictions in Silwan neighborhood in Jerusalem right now. Sad world, and it just keeps getting sadder. And until, you know, climate change is addressed solidly, and not just, we absolutely have to green our technology. We must stop burning things for our energy. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The science has been well known for half a century. The petrochemical company lobbyists are admitting today there was something. Dudes admitting to oh yeah, we fudged the science. Make us pay them to kill us. this is going to be I got a owner educator on its way, listening to the play real well up at the top end. Let's see what this sounds. I try to, you know, I'm sad for the world. I feel a lot of pain for the world. Always have, always will. That's my genes talking. You know, my ancestors have done a lot of watching and writing. Not kicking any ass and taking as good a notes as possible, and I'm gonna uphold that. But you know, you guys are gonna have to come to me at this point because I'm feeling like annoying myself, really even trying to respond to things that are just totally irrational, infantile, imbecilic. I just don't need to play that. We're coming into the 50th anniversary of the Rainbow Family Gatherings, and my family, my soul brothers and sisters are out there like still doing it the way it's supposed to be done, and I'm doing the best I can to uphold those traditions too. And going toe to toe with trolls just ain't part of the program no more. Sorry. You're gonna communicate with me respectfully, or you're just not gonna be seen. And I'm not gonna react. I'm not even gonna give you the neg rags. You know, any of that shit. Like I could care less. It's like, oh man, dude. I've been on the internet 22 years. I've watched it evolve. I pick and choose what I want to learn. And the last thing I want to learn is learn how to be mean and stupid and be into cartoon characters all day long. And talking all this fucking sex nonsense, you know. To me, I just want to feel COPD lungs. Okay. I just got no time for that, or desire to be engaging in it. I got menses going that I want to move. I like to play music. I like to chit chat about things. I have a lecture coming up on request about the history of the Hebrew people. You know, the Adamic race, the history, you know, the history of the world as it was delivered to me by my ancestors. Pretty much where it's at. You know, it's the book of Tommy. Actually, I wanted to do the book of Donald. He said Sheldon Adelson's wife might even finance that. But you might as well keep it short. This is where it's at, boys. I got a real life. I got real friends. My family hasn't disowned me. It's just like my siblings are being stupid. So, you know, they're cowards. They don't know how to communicate with me. They never will. They see me as their mentally ill brother. Period. End of discussion. Tom is just a monster. So okay, Tom's a monster, but you're not gonna bring that out of me anymore. Sorry, that's where it's at. You know, I'm not a man, I'm not a woman, but I'm sure not. But Tommy, okay, I'm sort of both, and I prefer she, her, it. Go ahead, the intersex transgender person. I'm an it. Fine. Happy July. Happy Canada Day. Have pictures of envision native women and children, native children being dragged out of villages and brought to residential schools and tortured and murdered by priests and nuns and Mounties. And the same thing going, you know, and excuse me, Native genocide, American genocide has not ended. They're probably going to, you know, I saw one scholar estimate there were going to be 40,000 bodies found before it was over. So, I hate leaving it on a sheet note like that, but that's where it's at. The whole world is being oppressed by religious nationalism, feudalism, settler colonialism, unsustainable technology. Excuse me, it's only 91 degrees here in Tucson, and it's 115 in Portland right now. Okay? But no, don't, excuse me. Let's see if we're going to get, I can't get a monsoon today. You're lucky. I don't know. Maybe. It's 30-something chance of rain, I think it said. But anyway, I think I'm done for now. Thanks for watching. Happy day. Bye.